Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading a CNBC article. Trump claims his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, directly asked me for a pardon. This is an article from March 8th, 2019. All right. President Donald Trump claimed that his former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, last year, quote, directly asked me for a pardon. Bad lawyer and fraudster Michael Cohen said under sworn testimony that he never asked for a pardon. His lawyer totally contradicted him, Trump tweeted. He lied. So he very likely committed perjury. Additionally, he directly asked me for a pardon. I said no, he lied again. He also badly wanted to work at the White House. He lied. Last week, Cohen testified at length under oath before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committees about Trump. Quote, I have never asked for nor would I accept a pardon from President Trump. Cohen testified. This is, of course, nonsense. Yes, he would accept a pardon from Trump. The crimes, however, were state crimes. So I'm not exactly sure. I don't believe that you can pardon state crimes. This is a CNBC article. Reuters, Trump says ex-lawyer Cohen asked him for a pardon, but he declined. What are the chances that a person, according to the New York Post, $22 million in debt? So Cohen was $22 million in debt, according to the New York Post. Where's that article? Michael Cohen was $22 million in debt because of his taxi medallions. And then he got into trouble because of millions upon millions in taxes that he hid and didn't pay. So, this is a convicted felon who now who's been turning on Trump because he normally you would get, for the types of crimes that he committed, more than just 3 years. And I don't even think he served the entire 3 years, so less than 3 years. Okay, then you have the FEC not even viewing it to be a campaign finance violation. Then you have Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels denying the payment ever happened initially. He pled guilty, Michael Cohen. That doesn't mean that he was guilty of campaign finance violations. He was guilty of the financial crimes, so he was $22 million in debt, and he had millions of dollars owed to the government. Now, again, this is a serious issue that has nothing to do with Trump. The Tammany Hall in New York Democrats went after what they do, and they did this with everyone around Trump. Okay? They try to destroy them politically. They try to get them to turn on Trump. In this case, it worked. Well, but not really. Now you have a complete failed... if they don't indict him tomorrow or the next day or this week, it will be one of the greatest political and legal defeats in modern U.S. history. Because everybody knows, and hit subscribe to this channel. I should have a live stream later tonight. But everybody knows that Michael Cohen only turned on Trump. He was suing Buzzfeed. Okay, this man was suing Buzzfeed. Let's see. He was suing Buzzfeed because he was mentioned in the Steele dossier that Trump lawyer Cohen sues Fusion GPS Buzzfeed over Steele dossier. You're talking about somebody who was actually suing Fusion GPS and Buzzfeed, then got completely devoured by the machine that he's now a part of. Okay, what Democrats, media, loyalists within the U.S. government did is they went after a political rival. Okay, Trump did not commit a crime. The ladies at The View, Jimmy Kimmel, every Hollywood producer out there, the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats in your family, your friends who won't speak to you anymore because you committed the sin, the blasphemy, the heresy of voting for Trump because you wanted record low poverty, record highs in household median income, which is what we had in 2019, and you wanted a better foreign policy than 90 seconds to midnight, which is what we have now, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. There's no rebuttal to any of those things. The economy stinks. Foreign policy is a catastrophe. And now they be careful what you wish for. They got what they wanted. Now you have mashed potato brains and the country is in a tailspin. But I mean, you have a situation where hit subscribe to this channel, that's the situation, but also you have a situation where Michael Cohen asked for a pardon, was suing BuzzFeed and Fusion GPS, and now he's not a credible witness. He's only doing it because he committed financial crimes. Because his taxi medallions, and for the life of me, I don't understand, even with Uber and Lyft, how hard was it to just get an app? Was it unions stopping these taxi companies from utilizing the same type of app? Okay, because that's one city where I've been to New York my entire life many times. I have family there, and you have taxis everywhere. You used to have taxis everywhere. I think you still have taxis now. Just wait on the street corner and you'll see a taxi. You need taxis to get around New York. The parking is too expensive. So then how do you lose money with the taxi medallions? Okay, I get it, Uber and Lyft, but you could have competed with them via an app of your own. But again, see, that's a whole other story. Maybe if you can tell me in the comments section if you live in New York, maybe I'm wrong about something. But here you have a person who was a failed business person. So he was an attorney. He was loyal to Trump, but he was also committing crimes. So if you are in Trump's circle and you're committing crimes, Democrats will sniff you out and get you and try to torment your life. Even if you don't, Michael Flynn did not commit a crime, just like Trump. Michael Flynn did not commit a crime. He wasn't consulting for any country, Turkey, that he was not consulting while he was in government. He committed no crime, but two agents, one of whom was kicked out of the bureau, interrogated him, deceived him, or he should never have met those two agents, but Trump should have backed him. But anyway, they got him on allegedly lying to an agent. Okay, so, but that you could get anybody on the planet for lying to a Federal Bureau of Investigation agent. They just have the 302s. They write down the person lied. It's not recorded. In most cases, it's not recorded. There was no recording. And there were articles about McCabe and Comey, the Honorable James Comey, the Honorable Andrew McCabe, stating that Michael Flynn didn't lie. Okay, I wrote an article in the Federalist that Trump should pardon Michael Flynn. There was never any collusion with the Kremlin. It never happened. None of this happened. The only rebuttal is, Manafort gave polling data. What does that even mean? Yeah, and what? Okay, how many votes were altered because of the polling data? What does that even mean? They get this Pavlovian response. Look, they despise Trump. I don't dislike Hillary Clinton. I don't dislike Bill Clinton. I don't dislike Biden. I don't really dislike Democrats. I just view them as, in many cases, Hunter. I don't dislike Hunter Biden. What's there to dislike? He just committed crimes along with Joe and Hillary. They committed crimes. I don't judge them from this moral vantage point the way everyone judges Trump because of his personality. Donald Trump is a better human being than Biden. You might say, that's not true. He's mean. He insults Biden, President Obama, the Honorable James Comey, the Honorable Andrew McCabe, John Brennan, James Clapper. They utilize government to destroy people. Trump doesn't do that. Tell me one person he's destroyed via government. You can look at George Papadopoulos. What did this man do wrong? I want to know what, again, they got him for lying to the Bureau. What did he do? He had a meeting with Alexander Downer, who should have been testifying before Congress. Then they said, there was a meeting and he found out about emails. But this is not national security. National security is 90 seconds to midnight, a year of an invasion in Europe. We're closer to nuclear confrontation than ever before. Trump's personality didn't devour democracy. They didn't get him on January. It was a terrible day. They ignored an entire summer, and I agree why people demonstrated that summer, but not the $1 to $2 billion in property damage. There wasn't $1 to $2 billion in property damage and 14,000 arrests in January. Where's Joe Scarborough talking about that? And I condemn January. That day shouldn't have happened. Nothing good. The worst mistake that Trump has made and maybe continues to make is that he believes that he'll be treated in the same manner Democrats treat, or the media treats people who don't. Anyway, I'm going off into a different subject. The whole point is they're failing miserably. If they don't indict Trump tomorrow, I don't think it's going to happen, because if it was going to happen, it would have happened already, but it could happen. But they have somebody who begged for a pardon and who was suing Buzzfeed and Buzzfeed got out of their lawsuits by saying, well, the government was utilizing fake news, so why sue us for libel? This is the media. The media will publish categorically false information and then say the Trump lies. Oh, Trump lies. Like, well, you published categorically false information about Trump, utilized it to start a massive investigation to destroy the lives of people around him, and then you say he's the bully. Then they say, oh, he's a despot and a tyrant, and it's like, well, you must not know these people must be ignorant of history. Despots and tyrants control media, control intel agencies, control their government to go after people. Oh, that's right, like Democrats do. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Should have a